I wish I had infinite wisdom, something meaningful I could impart, like knowledge that's passed through an unbroken chain so long we don't know where it starts. Or maybe compassion that's not dealt in rations but comes from a heart overflowing. For compassion is wise. It sees without eyes. It grants us a depth to our knowing. Loss can be said in hundreds of ways, but is felt only in one. And the love that we feel for the ones in our heart doesn't feel like the love for our mums. Colour won't change how our skin feels the rain. And after it's all said and done, our stories are different, but they're also the same. We all need love from someone. And sure, that's cliche. We all can relate. We all have some story about a terrible first date, or maybe that potential that's now Facebook banned because they wouldn't try and listen or try to understand. Because you see, understanding means feeling it first, and we're not good at feeling, so we hit that reverse. We don't want to get close because we're told not to care. Looking out for yourself is what gets you somewhere. And then what the heck should we even be feeling? And does this feel right? Because it don't feel like healing. And so we stop short at the blame or the shame, not wanting to know how another feels pain. And we lose in that moment what may be the key, the act of acknowledging, of saying, I see. Because there in that moment, what has just been, someone for the first time felt they were seen. So now I acknowledge this country's deep pain. I acknowledge the stains left by many blood rains. I acknowledge the loss, the uncountable costs. I acknowledge the tears children shed for a cross. I acknowledge the rights still often denied. I acknowledge the chance that my elders have cried. I acknowledge that I can't acknowledge it all. So I acknowledge the tears that to this day fall. And now I acknowledge all those who believe that a goodness of spirit is there to retrieve. I'll acknowledge the caring, compassionate ways that helps with the healing towards better days. I acknowledge the listening that allows us to see the much needed connection that acknowledges we. For we must acknowledge that where we all stand is a place in which each of us all have a hand to either reach out, to touch and to heal, to teach and support, to help others feel, that sees us acknowledge the truth of this earth so we then may acknowledge the truth of its worth. And maybe we'll find that in doing so, that wealth isn't the thing that what we need grow, that what makes us richer is a deeper respect, a felt understanding of how we connect. Colour won't change how our skin feels the rain, or the warmth we all feel from one sun. Our stories are different, but they're also the same. Inevitably, our story is one.